Please welcome our next contestant, Danae Petrides. Just be yourself. Just be yourself, Danae Petrides.
So, you look at yourself in the mirror. Who do you see? A normal, everyday person, someone smug and overconfident, or someone shy and insecure? Let me tell you something. You're none of those things. All you see is yourself. Let me explain. You see, the problem is that we label people by the way they appear to strangers. This way, it makes it hard for them to connect with others and are not given a chance to prove them wrong. For example, if you're young, you must be naive. If you're a teenager, you must be a troublemaker. And if you wear glasses, you must be a geek. These assumptions miscast people into stereotype groups and can open wounds that take years to heal. For example, imagine this piece of paper. Now, crumble the piece of paper up. Now, open the piece of paper up again. Is this the same piece of paper? No, it's not. It's now left with marks and bruises, forever. It may not show on the outside, but in human form, this is how it looks on the inside. And we're all guilty of misjudging people from the first impressions that they give us. Whether it's the way they're dressed, the language that they speak, if they're too short, too tall, etc. Because this is how we have been conditioned to stereotype people from mass media's expectations. But let's say this a bit weird-looking kid joins your school. What will you do? Will you just ignore him completely? Or will you be a nice person and let him join your group and talk to him? Don't judge a book by its cover is a perfect metaphor everybody uses in their daily life. You will be surprised by what is in between the covers. This may sound weird, but I think that the perfect example of being yourself is a young kid. Because let's say at that age, you don't care what others think of you. Most probably, kids that 4, let's say, they haven't even thought of pretending to be someone they're not. They just want to have fun. But as we grow older, we start to worry what others think of us. Now we're scared to talk because we might make a fool of ourselves, especially when we want to make a good first impression. And I've asked myself many times, who am I? How can I be more of me and less of someone else? Well, it's difficult, but I found myself jumping from one group to another, lying to certain people, and pretending I was someone I was not. And I was not getting accepted. I kept trying and trying, but I didn't make it. The more I tried to fit in, the more pressured I felt and the more disappointed I felt with myself. And I realized at one point that the only way I could be accepted was to become one of them. I drifted apart from my friends and family and parents, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was wrong with me. So I let all my angry feelings out on them, and they thought I hated them, but in reality, I just hated myself. One day, I realized that I was tired of pretending to be someone I was not. I miss the days where I could talk to someone and not be judged. And I miss the happy days where I could talk to my parents and talk to them and they could give me advice. One day I talked to them and they gave me advice I will never forget. You don't have to change yourself to fit in, because the most precious thing you have right now is yourself. And once you learn to love yourself, you will attract others who will love you for who you are. It wasn't easy, really, but I gradually learned to love myself, and now I have amazing friends who love me for who I am. Now, no matter your journey you have had, it shouldn't affect the way you act. Because let's say there's only going to be one Beyonce, one Selena Gomez, one Danae Petrides. And of course, in the end, there's only going to be one of you, Mr. Contestant Chair.